How much should I save for my thru hike of the Appalachian Trail? 6,000? 10,000? 20,000? I don't know, guys. I think I'm gonna need your help figuring it out, so let's get into it. Welcome back to my channel. I am dollar blazing with intention so that one day I'll be white blazing all the way to Mount Katahdin in Maine. I'm currently on a debt-free journey to get out of debt. I started in August of 2018 with $26,503 and some change, and I managed to get that down to $14,000. I'm projected to get out of debt in August 2020, and I want to hit that trailhead in March of 2022. That leaves me 18 months from the time I get debt-free to when I hit that trailhead. So what I do with those 18 months is really going to make a difference. I have 3 options I've been looking at as to how much money I should be saving for this thru hike. For those of you not familiar with the Appalachian Trail, it's a trail that starts from Springer Mountain, Georgia and goes all the way to Mount Katahdin in Maine. It's 2,180 plus miles, and I'm going to be walking that in 2022. Sounds crazy, I know, but that's what I'm going to do. That's my intention of it. Now, on average, it takes an average hiker about 6 months to complete. And on average, it costs about $1,000 per month. So what that means is that I need to save $6,000 for my thru hike. So of course, some people can do it a lot cheaper and some can be a little bit more extravagant and spend a lot more. I don't know, I'm just going off of averages because that's really all I have to work with. So what exactly does this $1,000 pay for? It pays for resupply of food. It pays for any kind of gear replacement that you need to have. It pays for hotels or hostels that you're going to stay in when you go into town. It pays for rides just in case you need to get around somewhere and you need to get a cab or an Uber. I don't intend on being extravagant, but I do intend on having to replace gear, having to buy food, and actually wanting to sit down at a restaurant every now and again and have something delicious. So the first option I have might be the bare minimum option that I go with. And that's going to be saving $6,000 like we just talked about, plus another $4,000 for post-trail. Now what that $4,000 is going to cover is my cost of living when I come back into the real world. That means I'm going to have to get an apartment. I'm going to have to apply for jobs. I'm going to have to put food on the table. I'm going to have to keep my dog alive. I'm going to have to put gas in my car in order to get around to all these job interviews that I intend on having. So I think $4,000 leaves me with a good enough cushion for when I get back that I don't have to worry about things. Now I feel like this might be the bare minimum that I need in order to say yes, I'm going to go ahead and thru hike the AT in 2022. Now in those 18 months from the time I get out of debt to when I actually start my thru hike, that means on average I would have to save about $550 a month. That sounds doable. Right now I'm putting about $1,000, maybe $1,100 towards debt, and I intend on putting that right back in my pocket when the debt is fully paid. So $556 does not sound like a bad deal at all. This will allow me to have a little bit of fun in life. It'll allow me to buy new gear that I want for the thru hike, because that gear is pretty expensive. So I've done this video quite a few times because every time I do it, something else gets triggered in my brain. And what I realized one of the second or third time that I was doing this video is that I don't know if $6,000 is enough for me. I live in Arizona. My family lives in Arizona. The AT is really far away from me. Okay, so just bear with me for a second. Now this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to save about $10,000. Why is that? Because if I get injured on trail, I'm gonna need to go to a hotel or something and pay to stay there for a while. That's gonna cost some money. Or if I decide to go home instead of paying for a hotel, I'd still have to rent a car, go to the airport, get a flight, fly to Arizona, and which would be cheaper? To get a flight to go back home and stay on the couch for 2 weeks, or to get a hotel somewhere on the East Coast for 2 weeks? I don't know. But I wanna have that money there just in case that happens. Another reason I'm considering saving at least $10,000 is because not only for injury, but what if something happens at home? What if something happens to a member of my family? Hopefully not. Hopefully nothing happens. But if I have to drop everything and take a flight back home for an emergency or something, then I need to have enough money not only to get home, but to also fly back and continue my thru hike. So let's say that happens. I get injured, something crazy happens at home, I have to be off trail for 2 to 3 weeks. Now, what you don't know is like Mount Katahdin, it closes for the winter. It closes in October. So I'm racing against a clock to try to get all the way up there. Now, if I'm delayed for any reason, that means that I might not be able to make it. Say I get delayed right here, and Mount Katahdin's right there, and it's going to close in 2 days. There's no way that I can make that up in 2 days. So what I would do, and this is where the money comes in, is that I would flip-flop. Now flip-flop means that I'm walking this way, right? But I'm not going to make it. So I get on a plane and I fly to Mount Katahdin and I start walking backwards. That's called a flip-flop. And that costs money too. That means I'm going to have to rent a car. I'm going to get on a plane. I'm going to have to go and do that. And I want to make sure I have enough money to do that, just in case that happens. So this is why I'm considering saving $10,000. Let's say I save $10,000. I still want that $4,000 for the post trail because nothing's changed. I'm still going to have to come back home. I'm still going to have to find a place to live. I'm still going to have to get a job. I'm going to need some wiggle room, some money to work with. So this puts my total at $14,000. As opposed to the $10,000. That means in that 18 months, I'm going to have to save $778 per month. Now that's still well under $1,100 that I'm putting towards debt, so that does still give me some wiggle room. So that could be an option. That might be something I can work with. Okay, let's go to option number 3. This is the third option. As a lot of you know, I am following Dave Ramsey's baby steps in order to get out of debt, with the full intention of following his remaining baby steps. Baby step 3, baby step 4, baby step 5, 6, 7. So Dave Ramsey's baby step 3 is to save a fully funded emergency fund. That means to save 6 months of living expenses. Now, I went over my budget, I went over things that I could cut, I went over a lot of different things, and my 6-month fully funded emergency fund comes out to $10,000. So let's say that I do intend saving $10,000 for the AT. $10,000 plus another $10,000 in order to be fully funded on baby step 3. That means that's $20,000 that I need to save in 18 months. That would mean I would have to put $1,112 to savings every single month for 18 months. That's essentially how I'm living now. And honestly, I don't know if I want that kind of stress in my life. That sounds like a lot of pressure that's going to be put on me to not only save that money, but to also prep for the AT. Because let's remember, guys, I'm still going to have to update my gear. The gear that I have, all this stuff, it might not last 3 years, and it might not last 2,000 miles. So these are the kind of things that I have to think about. Now, say the smart thing to do, everybody would be like, okay, no, Jess, I think that you should save the full emergency fund of $10,000, putting your total at $20,000. Does that mean that I should relax and then push my through hike to 2023 instead of rushing to get it done in 2022? That doesn't sound like an option I want to do either. Now, let's say I just don't decide to do a fully funded emergency fund. Maybe I do half, or maybe I just do the $4,000. We go with option 2. I don't know, guys. There's got to be something I'm missing. There's got to be something that I'm not quite seeing. So please leave in the comments below what you think that I should do, or what you would do if you were in my shoes. What option do you think that I should go with? Option 1, option 2, option 3, a variation of one of those options? Maybe a little 1, maybe a little 2, maybe a little 3. What do you think, guys? Am I overthinking this? I might be overthinking this, but I don't want finances to be the reason that I don't complete this through hike. An injury I can take, a crazy storm that closes half the trail, I can live with. That would be really, really scary. I don't even know if I would want to go out on the trail again after that, if that were the case. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching this video. To all my new subscribers, I hope you stick around. I'm trying to figure this out. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're up to. Let me know what you think I should do. I'm sure you all have opinions about this. And yes, thank you so much for watching. Please consider hitting that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.